Hello, it's our TED Talk class. Today we are going to talk about how to spot a liar. It's a very important thing. So, and we have a video, I forgot, from some woman. What is her name?
Pamela
Good introduction, yes, some woman.
Pamela Meyer. She taught us how to spot a liar, and Gerard is volunteer to told us about this story.
Yes, it's very simple. This woman is a specialist of detecting people who are lying. And he says in the TED Talk that most people lie, most people are liars or lie, or they are not completely honest. But we all could see that she is not very honest as well. So we don't need to be a specialist to see that.
How you spot this, Gerard? Teach us.
You know, the picture of her profile. It was made almost 20 years ago. Even I couldn't recognize her.
Okay. We had a discussion in our Telegram channel about that. If you missed that, I don't know. You can find you can find in the log of our Telegram channel. If you don't know how to join, ask us. We will point you. So we have a lot of questions today. A lot. So I think this topic is quite popular for us. Don't know why. And let's start from our, I don't know from whom. Let's start from Blanca, because I have her picture in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Blanca, could you please choose a question if you have a list?
Yes,
of them?
of course. Well, do you lie to yourself, and why? Well, I think in some cases, I'm not sure, but normally in some moments we can lie ourselves. For example, New Year resolutions. I'm going to do next year this, and finally I don't do nearly few things only. People lie to themselves, and in even circumstances, I believe myself sometimes when I say some things, for example, New Year resolution. But finally, can be a probability. People can lie, but later believe the lies. It's important for me realize that I'm lying myself. Then learn how to be brave and face my lies. But it's difficult in some cases because I like to do that, but I'm a little lazy, or I say I don't have time. Oh, it's thoughts. I lie myself. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So it's like making an excuses.
Yes, an excuse, exactly. I find sometimes, not always, but sometimes, it's a little complicated. But the rest, I don't realize if I lie in myself. Maybe in some cases, but I don't know exactly, because it's my normal life, and it's very difficult to recognize for me. Maybe for other people it's very easy, but for me it's difficult to recognize myself, if I lie in myself. If I lie in myself, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I can see many options here. Lie can be conscious or unconscious. You can believe it or no. So it's a lot of opportunity to use that.
Exactly. Yes, I agree.
Lynn, please.
Okay. Sometimes we lie to ourselves to convince ourselves of our decisions. After making a decision, we have to ourselves that we did the right thing. So we convince ourselves one way or another.
Mhm. So we made a decision. We need how to say justification. Teacher, help us. How it's pronounced? You're muted.
Justify.
So we need to justify our decision, and we like to lie ourselves why it was needed. I need this bottle of wine. Why? Many reasons for that.
I need a
Gerard.
drink.
Gerard, please.
I don't usually lie to myself. I'm well aware of my flaws and my boundaries. So I don't like being a delusional person.
So you strict to yourself. You are
Yeah.
strict to yourself. Leila, is he right?
Oh, as far as I know him, yes, he's honest, and he usually tells us the truth. But when I am concerned, I can tell lies to myself, especially when I put on weight. I said, no, Leila, I haven't put on weight.
So how do I look today? Fantastic. It's always
Fantastic,
the answer. It's always the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So for everyone in our hangout, if you want to talk, please write in the chat, and we will ask you. I'm not going to ask everyone each question. Okay. Diana?
Okay, actually, I liked one thing that not one thing, but one of the things that the speaker said about lying, and this thing was that lying is a cooperative act. I think that is very important thing. So actually, being alone, you can allow yourself to be honest, right, with yourself. I don't see actually the point to lying to yourself when you are alone, because you need someone else, to engage in your lying, to be kind of what's wrong, Teacher Lee? So I see your face. So something is wrong. I mean, okay, what's the point to lie to yourself?
Well, we just talked about it. You lie to yourself all the time to justify your actions.
To justify
your actions.
Okay, I understand that.
I'm
Okay.
an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. I can drink. I can stop anytime. It's okay. I'm not an alcoholic. We lie to ourselves all the time to justify the bad things that we're constantly doing. So you don't have to have another person to lie to yourself. That's all.
Yes, I understand that. I understand that you don't have to, but I don't understand why do people lie to themselves, because it's senseless, because
it can be conscious or not, It's maybe such,
really?
Yes, it may be just a delusion. How do I look? Let me repeat this. Fantastic.
Is it lying? Is it lying? If you really believe that you are not an alcoholic, okay, let's make this thing. If you really think that you are not, so you really believe, is it lying?
Of course.
Because lying, this is something that you know that it is not true, and you are telling this because, and you are conscious about that this is not a true fact. But if you don't know, you are true to yourself. You are not an alcoholic. You believe in that with all your heart. So I don't think that this is a lie. It's not the same type of thing that I call a lie. It's delusion, whatever. So, but it's not a lie.
Leila, please.
What I'm going to say is we are ordinary people, just by telling lies to ourselves. Maybe it is kind of self-defense, or self-esteem or guilt, but the point is that we usually tell lies to ourselves to make us happy. But what about politicians? I just remember one sentence, and I wrote it on my notice board. She said, lies can undermine democracy, weaken democracy. So you see, it depends on what kind of person you are. Every time I believe that nobody is so honest. We can tell lies to ourselves, we can tell white lies to others, but we are innocent people, you know, we're not doing a lot of harm to people.
Let's go back to the Diana's questions. What is the line? Is it only intentional, proven thing, or it can be unconscious and you know, unproven, something like that? What is the line?
I believe that if you believe what you are just telling to yourself, it's a kind of, for me, illness, psychological illness. Because
But not a line.
but I just can't tell you a lot of things, but just think that you were a powerful person, and you tell a lot of lies and you believe those lies. This gives a lot of damage to people around you. So it is, for me, a kind of illness. So I think that Diane is right to some extent. When we lie to ourselves, I believe that we are just deceiving ourselves. It could be unintentional, you know, sometimes I do it. Come on, you're not tired, you can do that. I was that yesterday, but I had to do something, and just, you're a strong woman. Yeah, a strong woman with tears. I finished that.
Okay, but I think that sometimes we lying is not when you know that it is a lie. I don't know how to express it. Sometimes I just don't know how do I look, but I always answer fantastic. Is it lying or not?
Yeah.
Sergey, help us. You see, we have a problem with definition.
We talk
That's
about
because-
definition of liar.
Yeah.
Yes.
We broke the rule again. That's why we have a problem.
Sergey, do you know what is lying? How to spot it?
But obviously, I know about lie, and I maybe I'm a liar sometimes with my colleague, because we have a multitask schedule, and I have to find a free time for my work, and sometimes I told my colleagues that I very busy. For example, it's a small lie. And about definition of line, obviously for all, I think that my small son knows about.
Okay. Let me rephrase it. If you are thinking, if you believe that you will have some time for your colleague, but you are not, is it lying or not? If you believe that.
Believe.
It's a bad question, probably. So you strongly believe that you will have time for something, but you don't have this time. Is it lying or not if you say so to your colleague?
Ivan, I don't understand you.
Okay, because I don't understand it too. I just checking.
Everything is fine. Nobody understands you, you know. It's normal.
Yes. I was just checking if maybe you can understand me. So, okay, let's check it now. Diana, can you choose another question? Because
Okay. Yes, we're stuck here. Okay. So, okay, I will take the first one, Gerard's question. Do you think it is acceptable to lie in some circumstances? If yes, when?
Can you answer?
Well, acceptable. Yeah, I think it is acceptable. Yes, if you tell your colleague that he or she looks fine or fantastic, I think it is acceptable. It's like a polite thing that we all do. So you shouldn't say, today you're so ugly, I just cannot look at you today. So I don't think that probably we often say to our bosses, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, right? So not many people do that. Not many people still work after doing that, right? So these are things which are acceptable, I think, and people accept that from you. So actually, and they take all those compliments with a grain of salt, I would say. Especially, okay, when someone tells me, "Oh, you look so wonderful today," I say thank you, but I understand that probably, okay, not so wonderful, probably not like Jennifer Aniston or something like, but okay, better than usual. So thank you. I think it is acceptable. Okay.
Gerard?
I think sometimes we are forced to lie. For instance, when we want to keep a secret, so maybe the secret is about another person, or maybe it's about us. But if we don't need or we can't tell the secret or make it public, we only can lie.
I think the question is, I can't imagine the man or woman who say, no, it's not acceptable, because we all do it all the time.
Yeah.
So how do we live if without that?
I don't like this woman making an apology of not lying, like it was something compulsory, like about honesty, and all this stuff. I think it's not real, because lying is a part of our nature. Some people exaggerate, that's true, and some people shouldn't in some circumstances, but somehow it's necessary.
Lynn, please.
I think it also depends on the intentions of intentions. If we lie to someone because we want to help them, then we had the right intentions, and it's not a sin.
Okay. So another question, Gerard, please.
Okay. Okay, Linz, do you agree that not all lies are harmful? Yes, of course, we talk about that. I think there are white lies. Or times when it's better you lie than if you say the truth. Because maybe if you denounce someone that could die, for instance, so it's better to lie in this case.
What is white lie, Gerard?
When you say, like Diana said about, okay, you look great today, an important lies, so you don't harm anyone.
Well, I can remember we had a class with Holly when we discussed all these white lies in many situations, like medical situations and so on. And I still think that it's a very complicated thing when we can do that, when we can't, and sometimes it's related to culture, sometimes it's related to current situation and so on. Lynn, please.
Sometimes they are unintended consequences. For example, you lied because you want to have, but it turned out that you have sometimes unexpected consequences.
Sometimes lies expected. You know, we have marriages and so on. We have spouses. so, like that. Teacher Lee, would you like to choose a question?
Well, as a teacher, and given the point of the video, my question was summarize some of the signs that you can use to tell that someone is lying. What are the visual indicators, the audible indicators that someone is lying to you? And the well, I'll let some of you guys try to tell me how can you look at someone and listen to them, and what indications tell you they might be lying? What body language, what speaking mannerisms?
Gerard?
I know some. When they look to another direction, when they touch their nose, they do this gesture. Our president has, you know, moved the eyes in a special way. I don't know what it's called, blinking. Blink his eyes in a special way, you know, when he's lying. It's so obvious that he's lying.
Marta, please teach us your tricks.
Yeah, I remember from the video, they said that if someone is telling lies, so he will lower his voice, or the pitch of the sound will be changed. Then the eyes movement, and as Gerard said, blinking too much, and maybe speaking. Yeah.
Okay, I usually I rarely speak with people in person, so I don't have a picture. I speak by phone, by internet, so I can rely only on sound. And sometimes pauses tell me a lot when people just think about the next sentence or next facts. They trying to invent it somehow. Like that. So my tricks all about that. Yes, Marta, please.
Yeah, but I want to say that it's not always. I mean, you will not know that someone is telling lies from his body language or his voice, because there's something happened with me and a student. She came and she said that her mark was not the right mark that she got in the exam. It was 3, while she got 13. So I was trying to figure out if she was telling lies or she was the truth. I asked her many times, and I asked her to bring her test, the exam, the paper of the exam. She said that she tore it up and she didn't have the paper. Then I didn't believe her. She came like 3 times and asked me for the same thing, and I didn't believe her, although she was direct and she didn't blink at all. Her voice was like strong. And then I asked other teachers about her and about her marks in another subject. I discovered that she was intermediate, and I said maybe she can get 13 out of, I think it was 30. Not a good mark, but anyway. When we reached the final exam, and the test was from 40 marks, so can you guess what was the mark finally? She got 9 out of 40. So I said she was a big liar, and I know it. But not always right to watch her eyes or body language, because she was perfect, like she was telling lies or all her life. Yeah,
Okay.
that's.
So teacher must be an expert, right? In spotting lie.
Well, that's the point. Sometimes you should know the person, for some time to tell if he or she is telling lies. Because if you don't know someone, right, it is very hard to spot those, like different behavior. Yeah, as she said, the tone of voice differs, or the speed of the speech differs, something like that. But you should know. And sometimes there are different situations. One day a person can be like elevated, very happy, and his speech will be different, and another time he or she will be just sad or tired or anything. So the speech will be different. So it is actually difficult for the liar.
But what to do? Why we?
I don't know. I don't know. Just do not take everything, too hard. I don't know. Just be skeptical. Be skeptical about everything. Check your facts. I don't know. It depends upon it depends upon the information that you are receiving. If it is important, you should check it. So if it is not,
but it's a modern world. We have a lot of information by email, in the chats. It's written messages. We don't see the body language or even the tone. So we can rely only, I don't know on what. The speaker show us some trick about distancing or something. Well, Bill Clinton, they took a sentence which Bill Clinton said and show that if he said that woman, she want to be on the distance, and it's a lie. I don't know. Well, it doesn't look like a science for me, but maybe, I don't know. Lynn, please.
Genre in her talk. Maybe I need to read her book. But what if Hot Liar bought her book, read it, and opposite of what she said?
What is it? The opposite?
Maybe there are some indicators in the books which tell if someone is lying. So he might want to avoid them when he is lying.
Sorry, I didn't get.
So he may use it as a guideline to avoid. Okay.
Marta?
Yes, I understood what Lynn wants to say. He means that if someone bought a book about liars and how they act, so they will try to show the opposite, like the blinking of the eyes, they will avoid blinking. The pitch of their voice, they will talk just like my student, so they will be perfect. If I got you, Lynn, is this what you mean?
So it's a sword and shield, right? You are prepared to lie, liars prepared to lie more efficiently, and both sides read books about that, and it's never will be ending.
Everybody is prepared, yes.
Yeah, so no one will discover that they are lying.
Okay. I think the technology will solve it for us somehow, It will be a big indicator in the Hangout. We will see. If it's red, the person is lying just now, so it will be easy. Teacher Lee, please.
I posted a PDF on the Padlet. If you open the PDF, I highlighted in yellow telltale signs of lying that the woman, the speaker, said in her lecture. And what she said is, as Yvonne said, they'll try to distance themselves from what they're lying about. They'll freeze their upper body. They won't move their upper body when they're lying. They will look you in the eyes, maybe too much, to try to convince you that I'm not lying. I'm willing to look you in the eyes. They'll look at you too much. They'll give a lot of detail on unimportant things, but not much detail on the important things. Let's see what else. Their words and actions. It's like one guy in the video, he was saying, yes, yes. Okay? His actions and his words weren't agreeing. So they can rehearse the words, but sometimes their actions are instinctive. So if you see something like that. So those are some of the things that she mentioned in the lecture.
Good, good, good. So we can get some of them for next class. Leila, please choose a question from the list.
Okay. I've chosen the question written by Diane, the 11th one. I have read a quote today. It's better to offend with the truth than praise with a lie. Do you agree with this statement?
Tell us, Leila, do you agree?
Yes, of course. Because I don't like hurting people, but if it is not a big lie, if it doesn't give, just harm to anybody, why not? Because I think that sometimes people need encouragement, and we can say, just white lies, or in order to pretend as if we were not knowing anything about the subject. I don't know, but yes.
Lakmata, please.
Yeah. Dear Layla, how can we know that this thing won't harm you or hurt your feelings? So we have to be ready all the time. So if I were there, I will tell you a lie because I know that you are sensitive.
It comes in an instant, For example, even on the net while we're talking, I'm just, trying to be honest, but also kind, because it is my personality. So I think it depends on your personality as well. I can't say, Diane mentioned that, oh, your hair looks ugly today. I can't say it, but I don't say you look nice either.
So what do you say? It's a nice weather today. What?
No, it's a man's world.
You look mediocre today.
No. If he asks me, or just, oh, what do you think about my appearance? I said, okay, just in such a neutral way.
Well, I don't know. Will it work or not? With my wife, definitely not. It's it's a way of pain if you are neutral. So, or if you slow enough. So I can't agree.
Do I look fat in this? No. Just an instant. Yes. That's how it should work. Yeah.
So I forgot the question. It's better to offend with the truth than praise with a lie. Well, it's a hard question for me, because it's all about the situation. It's all about the current situation. It's about if it's a stranger, I probably prefer to say a lie if it's helped me to cut the conversation. So I don't want to explain too much. If I need to, and I don't want to offend someone and then explain why it happens, what should we do, and so on. So it's better for me to say, yes, you look great, bye, and go on and run. In case of my wife. Like that. Anyone else? Oh, Blanca, what do you prefer? To offend people with truth or to tell them lie? Blanca?
My microphone. Sorry for that. Pardon. Excuse me. Well, I prefer to tell always the truth, but in some cases it's impossible because the other person doesn't like to listen me the truth.
Yeah.
She prefers to be a liar. Yes, it's normal. Not everybody, but I know some of them. women mainly. It depends on the person. Sometimes I lie to her, this person in particular, but the rest of the people, normally I say always the truth. But this only for feel the other person to be better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
okay.
if I say the truth, she is always, oh, don't tell me that, please.
Yeah, so we're actually helping other people with our lies. Yes, we're just like heroes.
Saving the world. Saving the world. As usual.
Sure, yes. You know, I have a sister. My youngest sister is very, very honest person. She prefers to tell the truth to people. Just throw that truth in their faces, you know. So she has problems with many her ex-friends, you know. But she is very honest, you know. She lives with this truth. Is she happy? No. Yeah, Teacher Lee. Yes, yes, I know that probably I'm describing someone we know, people. Yeah, so it is hard to be very honest and to tell people the truth all the time, especially if you're not asked for that truth, right? So I usually tell her, I usually tell her just, okay, who needs your truth? Can you keep your mouth shut just for a moment, you know, just not to tell people that they are morons, just, you know, just shut up, you know, be quiet for a while.
Looks like you like offend people too, yeah.
Yes.
Leila, please.
While I was listening to Diane, I just remembered something. That one of my friends, a lady friend, she didn't know that her husband was cheating her. So we couldn't tell her the truth because she was madly in love with him. And we were so afraid that she was going to do something we couldn't handle. So, is it a lie? I don't know. But just maybe, as Gerard mentioned, we kept the secret. But I felt so bad, you know, couldn't sleep.
Yeah, that's an awful situation, actually. I don't know how, you know, what could I do in such situation?
Diane, I couldn't say anything, but I was so restless.
Yeah.
No one? Okay,
Okay.
Marta, please choose another question.
Okay, number 3 from Gerard. Could we say that a person who always says the truth is an honest person? So the answer is no. Jamais. Because I said that, or I say that I'm honest, but it doesn't mean that I don't tell lies, because I can tell lies, but not a big one. So I'm generally honest, and I'm always to the point and direct. If someone wants to know the opinion of about something, they will go and ask Martha, because they know that she will say directly and without any oh my god, I forgot the words. Without any help me guys. Compliment, okay. Without any compliments, yeah.
This question is kind of scientific questions for me, because I don't know. It's about something about research and develop another races maybe. Because who is the person who always says the truth? I don't know. Is it exist? Is he exists or not?
I agree.
So
according to the research, the person does not exist, because she said that we all lie. She didn't tell that, okay, you all lie and I don't, Gerard. She said we all are liars. So.
But
yeah. At the end, she said, hey, my wall is going to be an honest one. And he makes an apology that we always should tell the truth. So she's saying that we all should say all the time the truth. So that's what's the reason of my question.
Yeah, okay.
So
okay.
it's telling always the truth, being honest. I don't think so, because what is important is the intention of saying the truth. So you can say the truth and doing so with bad intentions.
So
and
okay,
lying with a good intention.
Okay, so we know that the honest, it's not about telling the truth all the time. So what is the honest? What is that?
Having good intentions with our deeds. So our deeds are honest when we are doing them with having good our objective, our goal is a good intention.
But I think that I have many counterexamples of that. I think that sometimes, you know, that Hitler has good intentions. He believes in that.
Yeah, you can believe that you have a good intention, but it will be the good intention for, you know, for yourself, like personal gain from the situation, but not, you know, the gain of other people. So yeah, intention is not something, you know, it's not connected with the honesty. So honesty is actually the truthful deeds that a person, you know, do. I don't know how to say that. Oh my goodness. Why didn't you ask that question before? I'm not prepared for that. we should discuss lies, but not honesty.
Okay, let's do another class for that. Okay. Black Mata, would you like to add something? Teacher Lee, please. Okay,
About
Mata.
something earlier, yeah, about when someone is telling lies. So maybe they don't know that they are liars because they have been lying all the time. So it becomes something normal. So if you ask someone, you are a liar, he will say no. So that's, I think politicians are experts about this, and they won't say that they are liars because they think that it's the very truth and they are right.
Okay. Teacher Lee?
Honesty is a strange concept. Is it simply telling the truth? Some people think if you tell the truth always, you're honest, but I think honesty has another aspect. Why are you telling the truth? Are you telling it to help, or are you telling it to hurt? If you're telling it to hurt, I don't think you're being honest, because you're using the truth in a way that it's not intended to be used.
Yeah.
So there's an element of intent and truth that form what I would call honesty. My opinion.
Leila?
What I believe is that telling the truth every time is like being a straightforward person. For example, if I say every time what I'm thinking about the other people very openly, it is not, I don't know, it is not being honest, but maybe my good intentions can hurt the other person as well. And also, honesty is not only telling a lie or not telling a lie. For example, the firm was looking for an accountant, and item 1, honesty is required. So I was shocked when I read this. And Ivan, women, by the way, lie more because to protect other people.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Okay. Yes,
No,
I hear.
just-
Please, Diana, sorry.
No. I'm just, yes, I'm listening to you, and I just remember how many times I was, you know, I felt so bad when my child was telling the truth very openly and loudly. How embarrassed sometimes I feel, because this is perceived as not being well I don't know how to say that, educated or taught how to behave or something like that. But she was perfectly honest. And she was telling people what she thought. She was open. She was sincere to every little detail. And I was just embarrassed. I could not, I was red, and everything. So it is not so good to be honest, guys. Very embarrassing feeling.
So you had to teach her lie, right?
We do that. We do that in order to, why do people lie? That was my question. We need to be accepted, in our society. If we do not
lie
lie,
society.
yeah, if we do not lie, nobody will play with us, So that's why we teach them, and they actually pick that up from us really, really quickly.
Yes, it's a dilemma. I agree. It's a dilemma. How to teach children in the right way, but happily they somehow can get it from society without us. Get that with us without explanation.
It is easy. When you say, okay, who is on the phone? Tell them that I'm busy. And you are just sitting at the computer playing. So the child sees that, and that's like the easiest thing. You don't even pay attention to those little things, but the child does,
We don't go today in the nursery because I don't want to, and then you call and say he's sick today. So
just runny nose. Oh, sorry, and you're not, So yeah.
Okay, Sergey. So what is your question?
I prefer not my question. I want to talk about question. Do you think technology to detect a liar will be perfect someday? And
It's a good one.
I want to some words about it. In my company, headquarter uses lie detectors from my colleagues, and my previous boss was fired after lie detection.
Wow.
And last year, some my colleagues were fired from lie detection, detectors, and some colleagues told about that they could to lie detection.
So they managed to lie, right? They managed to get away with it.
And then you fire them, right?
Yes.
So honesty can be, harmful.
And one thinking about the lie detection, and my company fired very good and very unique experts from our company.
Wow.
And we give a lot of problem, except a lot of profits from the lie detection. It's a problem. I think that in 3 or 5 years we might fire all experts from business, but we will work with very honest fully managers.
Yeah.
Nice story. Okay.
Yeah.
Teacher Lee.
There's a movie, a science fiction called Minority Report. Tom Cruise is the actor, and in that future, they can monitor your thoughts.
Oh my goodness.
And if you're standing there with your wife and you're thinking about killing her, they can immediately dispatch the police to your house, bust in your door, and arrest you for what you were thinking you were about to do. So they can arrest you for murder, and you didn't murder anyone yet. You were just thinking about doing it. So,
oh my goodness,
the lie detection can be extreme if you're not careful.
Yeah, I would have been sentenced, right? Oh, my thoughts so many times. Oh my goodness, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, but it's a fantasy only for Hollywood because Sergey
Sure.
already had that on his work.
Yeah, it's called the KGB.
Okay, Gerard, please.
Yeah, my question was related with that. So, is it necessary really always being able to detect a lie or liars? So imagine we had all of us had a device that could detect if other people lied to us. So I think our life wouldn't be nice because sometimes we need to lie, but I'm talking about unimportant lies.
Yes. Mhm.
I still think about the story which Sergey told. Well, I think it's in this way. Why it's related? Why usually the experts, not so honest, and because they can't afford that or what? And why, the other guys can? So I think about that because I've seen such a story on my job too. When people is. I think that sometimes lying is related to your intelligence or something like
Actually,
that.
I was going to say that because I think that she mentioned that probably it's not the same speaker. She mentioned that it is related. So the more intelligent the person is, the more often he or she lies. So probably not this one, but another documentary I was mentioning before. Mm-hmm.
So in that case, we need just revert this practice. If you are lying all the time, come on, work with us. You are probably you are more profitable for us. Gerard, please.
Nowadays, most people lie. I mean, on Facebook, all the social networks.
Yeah.
Everybody tries to show off their life is wonderful, fantastic, and everything, and they only show the positive aspects of their lives. But that's, I think that's lying.
Yeah, but it is kind of expected. What can you expect from the social media? To be just completely honest, with everyone. I think that this is like a game and there are rules, in this game. Yeah, it's not just, okay, but this is a game. It's not like reality, the truth, So it does not bother me that much on Facebook.
I have many examples of the media's lies, if you can call it lies, because they just show facts in another way. Because it's easy when you're Russian to spot that, because we have a lot of reports.
Yeah, yes. Media is awful these days. I agree. Yeah.
Yes, but technically, I don't know, is it lie or not, because they just biased somehow. I don't know how to say that.
Biased.
But it's too dark. Biased. It's too dark topic for us.
Yeah.
Lynn, please choose your question.
How do you deal with someone spreading lies about you? Is the question of Lila.
Just tell them the truth. And you'll be fine.
So your answer is? Lynn?
Okay.
How you deal with someone?
Okay. I don't know.
I can say, you say it, I can say it in public, right?
I would be very angry for sure. And then I would track him down somehow.
Punch them in the face?
I might.
Pinch their teeth to the throats.
I might go to the I might go to the police.
Oh, wow.
And sue him if the damage is so bad. Yeah.
You're a dangerous person, okay?
Well, I think Leila wrote this question because it's a advertisement for her karate course, right?
Yes, exactly.
Thanks, Ivan. No.
No. So Leila, what do you usually do when you face that person?
If that person, just tells lies about me, spreading lies about me, and these lies are really, really, terrible, of course I should take some strong measures, actions. But if not, then I will stop talking to the person. And I mean, I don't mind at all because I know who I am.
Mhm.
And my friends know who I am as well.
So you just don't care, right?
But unless these lies are, just, how can I say, small ones, if they just destroy my life, okay, then kickboxing.
Yeah. Yeah. Good one.
Why not?
Mhm.
What do you think about all these jokes? It's a common pattern, at least in my place, when you just making fun of someone, pretend that he or she said something what she didn't say it. Do you understand? Like Sergey said that he fired 2 managers because they were better than he is. Is it lying? Should he punch me or it's acceptable?
No.
Why not? Why not? Not. Maybe yes. Just,
No, we talked about a lot of times some people are really good at telling lies. Diane, I mean, we can't handle those people because our intentions are not that bad. No, I can't just prepare a plan like, just agent or something like that. Okay, so I'm a simple person. I just want to get rid of the person and go on living without him or her.
Okay, let me choose a question, the last one. It's my question, surprisingly. It's about how much lying is a cultural thing. And why I wrote that, because I read a book once. It's Where Russians Go Wrong in Spoken English. It's my favorite book. I like that because sometimes cultural difference can lead you to huge language mistakes. And in general, we have another meaning of lying. It's more like exaggeration or something like that. It's different. So saying you are lying, it's something like you just exaggerate. It's not, you are not offending your partner by saying that. So, and the chapter in this book was written about that. Just never say to Americans that they are lying to you, because they will react strongly. You did not expect how much they will react. so like that. So is it a cultural sense? Is lie more affordable in some cultures than in others, or like that? What do you think, Leila?
It is. I believe that it is a cultural thing because it also depends on your personality. But when I was a child, there are a lot of proverbs that my mom, just used to teach us about lying. So it's cultural, but it depends on the person as well, Ivan.
Okay, Teacher Lee.
China, the Chinese government in the past and probably still today use a philosophy called what we call the big lie. What they will do is they will tell a lie so big, so obvious, so flagrant that people will say, well, if that wasn't true, they wouldn't say that. So it's reverse psychology. They'll tell a big lie and people will think, well, that has to be true because nobody would tell such a big lie. So China will do that. They'll put military all over their islands and say, oh, we're not militarizing the islands. The U.S. is doing that by driving their ships through there. So the big lie is kind of built into China's propaganda machine. So it's expected. And the Chinese people, if you've ever talked to them, you can be talking to a Chinese person and you're talking, and he's going, yeah. And when you finish, he turns to his friend and says, "What did he say?" they won't understand a word you say, but they'll sit there and smile and say, because they don't want to lose face. They don't want to say, "I have no idea." So it's their culture to show a happy face all the time, even if they're clueless, because they don't want to be embarrassed.
It's not only China, teacher Lee. I always do that.
Right. That's right. Actually, you are describing the same thing that the Soviet Union said. Did I mean that's the thing that very very we know where it is coming from, teacher Lee. Yes.
Okay, nice timing as always. We did it exactly in time, and we all choose one question. So it's good when we have a lot of them. We have material for our talks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, teacher Lee, please.
I just want to mention on the Padlet, on the whiteboard, I put a PDF file that's the dialogue of the speaker, highlighted words and phrases in bold. So download that document and look at the words and phrases in bold. And those are words that I think are new to you and that you should understand what they mean. So it's a study assignment for you.
So it's a new experimental way of our vocabulary section. Let's try it this way. It may be more interesting in context of sentences and so on. So thank you all. Bring us the next topic for next week, please, if you have one. Please, not about global warming still.
Still not about global warming.
What about Donald Trump?
It's okay, I think. Because
Ivan, why don't you ask me to choose a topic?
Okay, please.
No.
Okay, thank you again. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.